Shall we talk shallots? Oh, we shall. This is Pancho. I'm Petra here at Fruition Seeds, and thanks to Gardenstead for making so much capacity to cultivate and share abundance possible. And thank you for your curiosity. And let's dive in. First and foremost, shallots are delicious. In case you haven't tasted them, imagine tender, sweet red onions. And they are so easy to grow. If you can grow garlic, you can grow shallots. And they're actually grown in almost the exact same way. So yes, without further ado, let's dive in. It's always more fun to garden with friends. And here we are. So yes, in fall is when we plant our shallots, as well as our garlic. Really any time from late September to Thanksgiving is perfect. They could be planted a little bit later than that. It's not as comfortable for humans, but the shallots and garlic don't mind at all. And you'll be planting them in full sun with plenty of fertility. We plant them in lots of rich compost. We also add this garlic and shallot fertilizer too. This is a combination of lots of different amendments that my partner Matthew has been dialing in for years and years and years now. And so yes, there is a direct relationship between the quality and quantity of soil, of fertility, of nutrient density that your shallots have access to, and what you'll be harvesting. So yes, don't skimp, don't be shy. So as you are getting ready to sow your shallots, make sure that you're not just getting any old shallots, but seed shallots are the best. So what you're getting at a grocery store, that's culinary stock. They are much smaller. They generally aren't tested for anything like diseases and nematodes, and seed stock is so much better. So we love to share ours with you and with us all. And when you get your hands or your paws on some really high quality seed shallots, from there you want to break them apart. Just like with garlic, you don't want to plant the whole clove. You want to break it apart into individual cloves. And similarly, sometimes the shallots are just individuals. Sometimes they're in 2. Sometimes they are in 3. So you want to break them into more or less individual cloves. And so from there, we'll be separating them out. We'll be putting 8 inches between plants, both in row and between row. Then we're going to be planting them. We're going to plant them 3 inches deep with a 1 inch of mulch on top. If you have lots of freeze thaw, you can even go a little bit deeper. I wouldn't want to go much more shallow though. So yes, very similar to garlic, it's true. If you want to go for the gold with companion planting, I love to have little starts of spinach so that we plant in between all of those 8-inch centers of shallots and garlic. We plant a little garlic. I do mean spinach. So that way it can be growing. We'll be harvesting it throughout the fall, and they'll be growing, or at least sitting there, right? Kind of in the freezer of the winter, and they'll actively regrow in spring when the snows melt. So yes, companion planting is a fabulous way. So many other strategies with shallots too. But I digress. So imagine over the winter, all of your shallots planted and all of your shallots insulated under the snow. As the snows melt, your shallots will emerge. And where garlic is really one plant, the shallots will come up as all these different plants. They're absolutely spectacular. And from there, we want to be weeding really consistently. We also want really consistent, even moisture and watering. We'll also be foliar feeding using fish emulsion or compost tea. We share our go-to on our website, fruitionseeds.com. And also keep in mind that about the same time that hardneck garlic is putting up a scape, shallots will be putting up a flower, and often many, and they're beautiful. And while garlic, you want to be removing the scapes, you don't want to remove those beautiful flowers of the shallots. The pollinators love them, and you're not decreasing your harvest at all. So just enjoy every moment of your shallot flowers, friends. And similarly to onions, how do you know when to harvest your shallots? Similarly to onions, that stalk will become soft and fall over when they're ripe. ready to harvest. And so you literally wait for all of your upright shallot plants to then just fall to the ground. It's kind of magical. It's totally a performance. And so once they fall over, you can often lift them up with your hands. You can also use a fork. And you want to bring them into a dry place that's very warm, that has plenty of airflow. We use lots of fans. And preferably in the dark, but in direct light, certainly low light is just fine. And there you will cure them for 3-4 weeks. Honestly, it depends. If you live in a very hot, dry, arid climate, it might take only a week or two. If you're here in the Northeast and have lots of humidity, lots of rain, then it might take 4 weeks plus, in which case, if you live in a humid climate, don't skimp on the fan front. So yes, in this way you are curing your garlic and your shallots in the exact same way. You're essentially shrink wrapping all of those beautiful wrappers, right? You're shrink wrapping them for safekeeping, for storage. So yes, we eat shallots honestly almost every single day of the year, and certainly we could. They store all year and sometimes well over a year when they're well grown and well cured. So yes, you want to store them in the dark. 55, 65, honestly, ambient room temperature in a kitchen cupboard is perfect. And less than 50% humidity is ideal. And goodness gracious, there is no reason to keep buying gorgeous seed stock year after year after year. You can save your own. And the hardest part is that you'll want to be saving your biggest, most beautiful, most dreamy, delicious looking bulbs. Instead of eating them, you are replanting them, the cream of your own crop, so that you'll be enjoying them for so many years to come. So yes, you got this, friends. Thank you so much, Gardenstead, for this opportunity to share. It's all about the sharing, and just hats off to our indigenous brilliant ancestors who have adapted with these shallots and garlic for the last 6,000 plus years. We, our friends, are continuing this legacy, and may we too grow and share and become good ancestors.